Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 69-72 World Series. We got a split in games 1 and 2. Mets had a humongous comeback in the bottom of the ninth inning of Game 1, a steal, Game 1. In Game 2, Tom Seaver's struggles continue and Nicky Lolich's big games continue. And the Tigers, all they wanted was a split in Shea. They almost had 2. They got the split. They have home field. Now it's up time for the Mets to become road warriors, or it could be over. They need to win a game or 2 here in Tiger Stadium. Your Game 3 starting pitchers for the Mets. Big game. Jon Matlack, who's been the best pitcher for the Mets all year, against Denny McLain, who has struggled this year, even though he's got a great card, his 69 card, of course, where he won 24 games. So, this is all about starting pitching this series. And let's get into this at Tiger Stadium. Leading off for the Mets is Joe Foy. 57 is a K. Wayne Garrett, 34, flies to right. And Cleon Jones, 35, is a base hit. B-Stealer not going anywhere. Ken Singleton, 68 off McLain. Single 1 to 12, rolls a 16 and lines out. Leading off is Dick McAuliffe. 35 grounds to second. Jim Northrup, 2-8 grounds to second. And Al Kaline, 53, rolls to first. Bunch of ground balls off Matlack. Top of the second, Tommy A.G., 68, single 1 to 18, is a base hit for the B-Stealer. Easy Ed Kranepool, 38, lines to first. Don Clendenon, 65 off the Denny McLain card. Triple 1 to 4, single dot dot is a triple on the 2. Both pitchers have the same card, the 6-column card. Matlack hasn't been touched, and McLain's been touched up a little bit here, giving up 2 out of 3 chances on it. With a runner at third and A-bunting Bud Harrelson, they have to bring the infield up. 37 for Bud is ball 4. Mets have something going on here in the second inning. Runners in the corners, speed. They're going to go up and hold with 1 out for Jerry Grody. 3-10 is a 6-3. Infield is up. So Harrelson runs down to second on the play. The runner at hold has to hold up. You have second and third and 2 outs. And it'll be Joe Foy. 5-11 off of McLain is pitcher X. He's an E8. 2-E8. And he boots the ball. Had 2 cracks at it too. He boots the ball. The E8 pitcher makes the error, and that is critical. That'll score the runner from third. The runner from second, Harrelson, moves up to third. Foy's on at first, so you got speed to both spots for Wayne Garrett. 2-7 is single 1 to 9, and he gets the single. This is more like a Denny McLain kind of the year he's having. The other team's getting a lot of breaks here, and they're getting a lot of runs. It is now 3-0 Mets with runners at first and second for Cleon Jones. 57 is a K. So Matlack, again, his team really supports him, and he pitches great, and he's got a nice little cushion here in Game 3. Bill Freehan, 2-7, flies to left. Mickey Stanley, 58, flies to left. Willie Horton, 63, rolls back to the pitcher. Matlack's an E6. And a single off the pitcher, 2E6. The pitchers aren't fielding well. Must be something wrong with the mound here in Tiger Stadium. It's Norm Cash in the 7-hole against lefties. 48 is a strikeout. We go to the third. Ken Singleton leads it off for the Mets. 2-7's a K. Tommy A.G., 34, rolls to short. And Ed Kranepool, 3-10, rolls to second. Bottom of the third, Elliot Maddox, 46, skies to center. Dick Tracewski, 1-3, flies to right. And Dick McAuliffe, 53, right X. The right fielder is going to be Singleton, who's a 4-11 in right field. And that is a triple. It must have ping-ponged around the corner for a little bit there. So a triple off the Singleton defense. Again, he's the weakest fielder on the Met team. but normally he gets pulled in the late innings when it's more critical. So can they get a run or so out of this? It's Jim Northrup, the All-Star. Let's take a look at the Northrup card before he bats. Big year in '69. Big part of the reason the Tigers are in this World Series. Big moment here. With runner at third, 2 outs in the third inning. The pitch to Jim Northrup. 180 comes through with a double 1-7 base hit, and the Tigers are on the board. 3-1. Tie run at the plate. Al Kaline. 35 is ball 4. And it's Bill Freehand, Dangerous Bill. Let's take a look at him. This guy, yeah, he crushes lefties. 2 on, 2 outs here in the 4th. The pitch to Bill Freehand. 1-7 is single, 1-3, line out to short, and he lines out to short. You're kind of seeing the difference between Matlack and McLean, like the junk hit results. They fall in. For McLean, they get caught if you're Matlack, and that's what just happened. So it's 3-1 in the 4th, or at least during this particular season. That's the way it's been working out statistically. Don Clendenon leads off the 4th by popping to first. Bud Harrelson, 1-7. He gets a hold of one. Triple 1-5. That'll be a nice long single. Ace stealing Harrelson. -2 arm catcher. I think Grody's going to do a hit and run here. And he moves the runner up. Oh well, you got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Joe Foy. 37, he walks. 2 on, 2 outs. Wayne Garrett is the batter. 49 is a liner to short. Innings over, Mets do not score a run. Mickey Stanley leads off in the 4th. 2-3, grounds to short. Willie Horton hears a who, 49, pops to short. And Norm Cash, 35 is a walk. Tie run, Elliot Maddox. 66 off the Matlack card is double, 1-14, single out dot. Runners on the corners for 2 outs. The guy you got to get out here, Dick Trzaskowski, the number 9 hitter for the Tigers. The pitch, 33, he lines the third base. We'll go to the 5th, 3-1 Mets. It's Cleon Jones, 2-3, bounce to third. Ken Singleton, 57's a K. And Tommy A.G., 59, rolls to second. And it stays 3-1. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, McAuliffe will lead off in the 5th. 67 off Matlack is a walk. Northrup with the RBI single earlier is your tie run. 68 is a K off Matlack. Al Kaline. Let's take a look at Al. Having an okay year. His 70 card we're using here is 278 and 550 plate appearances with 16 home runs. Ability to play first and right field. Played first base last game because of the Norm Cash injury. He is your tie run. Pitch to Al Kaline. 310 is a fly to left. And with 2 outs, it's Bill Freehand. 57 is a K. 3-1 Mets in the 6th. Ed Kranepool having a slow year-end series. 57 is another out, a strikeout. Don Clendenon, 2-9, single 1-5. He lines out. Worm might be turning for McLean. And Bud Harrelson, 68, single 1-12. Maybe not, because they just hit the single 1-12. Harrelson is going to try a steal with 2 outs here. And he's in there. Bud Harrelson steals off a Freehand to get in the scoring position for Jerry Grody. Chance for a big insurance run here if Grody can pull through. 59 rolls to second base. All right, the Mets has a couple good defensive players they could be bringing in, but they're not going to do it in the 6th. It might be a mistake, but here we go. Mickey Stanley. 1-9 is a grounder to third. Willie Horton. 1-8. Let's take a look at Willie Horton. I think this might be number 20 for Willie. Joining the 20 club with Willie McCovey and Johnny Bench. The race to see who finishes the season with most homers. Only Horton's left. Horton could win the award. So he homers here. He had 28 homers, but it was in 560 plate appearances in 1969 with a .262 batting average. We got a 1-run game. Another thriller. Norm Cash, 1-4. Flies to right. And it's Elliot Maddox, 35, skies to center field. We go to the 7th with Denny McLain. Top of the lineup, it's Joe Foy. 57's a K. Foy might leave the game for Heiss, and Garrett will go to 3rd. Here's Garrett now. 46, this guy's a center. And Cleon Jones. 39 is a walk. And Ken Singleton is your batter. 110 is a fly ball to right field. Actually, they might just take Singleton out and put Frank Johnson in right field and just leave Clendenon and Cranepool in the whole game. You can always bring in Corrales for Cranepool if needed. That's what they'll do. 7th inning, John Matlack with a 3-2 lead. It's the stretch, time, music, what we've been listening to today. Stevie Wonder's Fulfilling This, first finale, 1974. Boogie on Reggae Woman and some other great classics. This great era of Stevie. Just Hall of Fame album after Hall of Fame album. 4 in a row, maybe 5 in a row, who knows. Anyway, bottom of the 7th. Dick Trzaskowski will lead off for the Mets. 2-9 is ball 4, and he is your tie run. Dick McAuliffe, plenty of power. 43, first X. Now you got Cranepool's a 3E3 at first. And it's a double play! Nice slick move, fielding move there by Ed Cranepool. Not known for his glove, but 3E3 is pretty good defense. That's a killer double play. Jim Northrup, 46, struck him out once again. Who are you going to call? John Matlack. That's who the Mets call when they need a big win, a big uplifting, and now they're starting to count the final 6 outs. In the pregame show, we talked about how Tug McGraw would have to navigate the McAuliffe-Northrup situation, and frankly, Tug would be good in the 8th inning as he could face 6 batters not to deal with McAuliffe and Northrup. Something to think about. Though it's almost impossible to take Matlack out of a game, you know. 8th inning, Tommy A.G. leads it off. 1-4, flies to left. Easy Ed Cranepool, 1-5. They left McLain in there, 1 batter too long. Let's look at Ed Cranepool, left in, big home run, big moment, insurance run. Mets are now counting the outs. They need 6 here. And it's going to be interesting. Clendenon, 2-9, single 1-5, a base hit. McLain, all the Tiger starter pitchers are starter 9s. And in being in the World Series, the bullpens, the relievers are in the clubhouse, like playing cornhole or whatever. They don't actually warm up because, you know, unless, you know, there's a rain delay or something, there's no real reason to use your bullpen here. So you got Clendenon at first with 1 out and Bud Harrelson. You really can't get a hit to break McLain, so with 1 out, I think I might do a Bud Harrelson hit and run again. We're going to try that until we get it. And we don't get it, we get a fielder's choice. Not getting that hit and run hit for Bud Harrelson. He is an ace stealer. Does he try another stolen base? I think he's going to try another stolen base. And he's going to be out. So late in the game, the Mets get super uber aggressive. They fail on the hit and run, and then Bud Harrelson gets thrown out stealing. But it is late in the game. You might as well use your opportunities to steal when you can. So it's 4-2. Mets have already brought all their defense in. You got K-Line, Freehand, Stanley, Horton. And, you know, the thing to do here is you bring your righty in now. And then if the Tigers get this wild idea to bring in Gates Brown, then you flip it back over to Tug. So they're gonna take Matlack out because they got the matchups they want the rest of the way. What this also does is Matlack pitched a little bit of relief in 72. He is a well, he didn't actually. He would be a relief pitcher later in his career, so maybe he pitches just only an inning in game 6 or 7 in relief. So they're going to pull Matlack after 7 brilliant innings, confident in their bullpen. Cy Acosta in the 8th against K-Line, Freehand, and Mickey Stanley. Al Kaline. 48 is a liner to short. Bill Freehan. You could pull him for the lefty John Roseboro, but frankly, I think they're going to try it. They're going to pull him. They are. They're going to pull him for Roseboro because they don't think they'll hook Acosta. If it was Gates Brown, they'd hook him. But they'll let Acosta pitch to Roseboro because he doesn't have power. So John Roseboro, take a look at him, is pinch hitting for Freehan. It's the same design card. And Roseboro only has a couple more on bases that are hits, but he has no power. But Acosta has walks on his card, so that's what they're thinking. They want to get a walk. They want to get a guy on base off the Acosta card, or hope they pull Acosta. But they're not, because they want Acosta to pitch to Mickey Stanley. So Roseboro is going to bat here. The pitch to John Roseboro. 47 is a K, and that blew up on the Tigers. And now you got Mickey Stanley, and now you're kind of stuck. Guys, if you bring in a pinch hitter for Mickey, they'll just go to Tug McGraw and the game's over. So it will be Mickey Stanley here. With 2 outs in the 8th inning, the pitch to Mickey, 66, is a walk off the Acosta card. That is huge. Absolutely huge. And now, I think now is Tug time. And the reason it's Tug time is that Willie Horton actually hits more homers versus right-handed pitchers. So, Acosta got 2 guys out. McCraw. I keep wanting to say McCraw. I'm thinking of Tommy McCraw. Tug McGraw in the 8th inning. He could get the next 4 batters out and not have to deal with McAuliffe and Northrup. So, and knowing that McAuliffe and Northrup don't come out of the game, they would go to Danny Frisella for those batters anyway. So, in the 8th, it'll be Tug McGraw versus Willie Horton. We saw the Horton card earlier as he hit that bomb on 1-8. But 1-9 is homer 1 to 5, fly ball the rest. And he's got homer chances on 1-9 and 3-5 against righties. So Willie Horton against the lefty. Tug McGraw dominates righties. Here's the pitch to Willie Horton. 4-10, center X. Tommy G. We got to look at the E rating now and everything. Huge play here for Tommy. He's a 1E6 in center field. And he makes the grab. Tommy AG. All right, inning is over, and we go to the 9th of a 4-2 game. Denny McLain. I mean, you could go to the bullpen. I don't see what much of a point. You'd be taking out a pitcher that's better than who's in the bullpen just because he's given up 4 runs. So he'll stick around. Jerry Grody, 2-6, lines to second. Bob Heiss, 2-7, pops to third. And Wayne Garrett, 49, lines to short. And Denny McLain had 1 bad inning, gave up some unearned runs. It's 4-2 in the bottom of the 9th. It's Cash, Maddox, Trzeski, and then you got McAuliffe, Northrup. So it may not be McCraw finishing this thing. But he will face Norm Cash with a 2-run lead. We looked at Norm Cash. Let's look at the Norm Cash card. Yeah, he's much better against righties, of course, but McCraw's very poor against lefties. So they're looking for Cash just to get on base here. The pitch to Norm Cash. 55 off of McCraw. Single 1-2-8, and he gets the single off the Tug card. And now they'll have some tying runs bat, unfortunately for the Tigers. Neither of these guys have power. Maddox and Trzeski. Gates Brown is stuck on the bench, unable to get into this game, as the only time they have to pull McGraw, bring in a righty. But they're not going to pull him before McGraw pitches to Maddox and Trzeski. So, leadoff man is on for Elliot Maddox. Looking for a ground ball to Bud Harrelson for the Mets. 1-10, Elliot Maddox. Take a look at his card. It's a base hit to center field. Cash runs to second base. No danger of breaking McGraw, as he is a relief 4. But the Tigers have the tying runs on base. This is a tough call here, too. You're happy with McAuliffe and Northrup batting in this inning. So I think Dick Trzeski is going to bunt to try and get the tie runs in the scoring position. because Dick Tracewski hit a $139. So he is going to do a bunt. He bunted for a single in the Giants in the Red Sox series. So here's the bunt for Dick Tracewski. We look right here for the result. It is a 6, and that's a good bunt. All right, so now you got second and third, and now you're in trouble for the Mets. You got Tug McGraw and you got McAuliffe and Northrup, and we're going to have a pitching change as McGraw let the first two guys reach in the ninth. And do the Mets have an answer for everything? They think they do. And Danny Frisella, let's take a look at Danny. And he just dominates left-handed batters here. But McAuliffe mostly gets walks, and then the MVP Northrup. And then you have to deal with Al Kaline. The game is still going on by then. So, in the ninth, Danny Frisella, with runners at second and third and one out. They are playing the infield back, of course, for Dick McAuliffe. With 2 outs, with 1 out, the pitch to Dick McAuliffe. 69 off Frisella is a strikeout. And with 2 outs, it's Jim Northrup. A nice little single dot here. Sends this in a extra innings or ties the game and potentially sends it in extra innings. Jim Northrup, second and third, 2 outs, and in the bottom of the ninth, the pitch to Jim Northrup. 52 off Frisella is a roller to second base, and the Met bullpen makes it interesting. And they give the young John Matlack the win. So all of the Acosta faced the tough right-handed batters. McGraw faced the weaker right-handed batters, but he gave up a couple singles, and then Frisella picked up where McGraw left off. Nice use of the bullpen there. In a 4-2 win. Tough luck loss. I went into this game talking about how Denny McLain's had a rough year, though his card is outstanding, and John Matlack has just been magnificent. More of the same, folks, and we have a back-and-forth series. Mets, Tigers, and now the Mets win Game 3 by a score of 4-2. Wow. Buckle up, folks. I think we got a 7-gamer here. Denny McLain, 9 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. 2 are earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. He gets another complete game. Frisella gets the save, magnificent, strikes out a guy, and it gets a ground ball. Tug McGraw, slightly shaky in the ninth. He did get Willie Horton out, though, in the 8th as the tie runs. That was a nice move for Tug. And Frisella, walking a K. Acosta, a walk on a K. So the bullpen put a total of 3 guys on base. And Mr. Matlack gets the win. 5 hits, 2 runs, a triple and a homer in the game. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. 1019, 0109, 4827, 3656, 5636. Game 3 of the World Series is in the books. Wow. We've had a remarkable comeback, we've had a blowout, and we had a nail-biter in 3 games. We've had 2 road wins for each team has gotten a road win. That's always good to see. The Mets get their 31st win while the Tigers are stuck at 30. Tigers are 30-27. It's a lot of baseball, but it's been back and forth. Hitting .254 with a .344 ERA. And for the Mets, they get their 31st win of the year. 31-17 for the Mets, hitting .252, which is the batting average of Jerry Grody and Bud Harrelson, .252, and a .328 team ERA. Matlack is 10-2 with a .194 ERA, while Tom Seaver's at .453. A bizarre year. But Game 4 is coming up next. We'll check in tomorrow with that, and it'll be a return of the Game 1 starters, Joe Coleman and Jerry Koosman. Till then, thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time.